Is it over? Hello everyone, welcome to the pros and cons for the game between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. We are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We won 1-0, but the game, we have to talk about the game, don't we? So we don't need to forget the introduction. Let's just dive into the negatives because I'm fucking ready for this. What a shit game. Shit game, not enough quality, scrappy as fuck. Forest were probably better in most parts of me, even though we had most possession. We didn't really do much with it, and when we did get a chance, we completely cocked it up. Apart from the last-minute winner from Casmiro, it looked like I described it on the post-match as it looked like a game where it was the 38th game of the season. It's two mid-table teams, and they've almost got nothing to play for. That's what it felt like. I got no excitement out of that whatsoever. Nothing. And I try be as interactive and entertaining and vocal as I can be. But when you watch a game like that, I'm sorry, you can't polish a turd. You can't push a pig out on the lake and write swan on it and expect people to grab it. So I'm just going to be real and I'm going to be authentic with you. For the players, I mean, where's your quality? Where's your passion? I'm almost sick of watching games where if you're 2-0 up or 2-0 down, you still don't know what's going to go on. You have no idea. And some people might like that kind of spontaneous game. I don't. I want to see a good, comfortable, solid win. You know, if the team get a few opportunities, fine. It is what it is. Makes it a bit more exciting. But we're never, ever comfortable in any games. And that's why I took almost nothing from that game. Same old children throwing tantrums. Look, the second half, a couple of the players redeemed themselves. But Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes in particular, whinging. Absolutely whinging when they're supposed to be the key senior players within that team. Alan Shearer called it out in the first half. I don't normally agree with Alan Shearer, but what he was saying about Rashford and taking accountability and, you know, taking it upon himself to get into the game, he was absolutely spot on about that. There just seemed like no connection, no cohesion with the forward line. You had the wingers who was just constantly cutting in and looking for a shot. That's like the first thought. Couldn't stretch the pitch. Times the whinge babies were like diving and just fucking moaning at certain things. Bruno in the first half. And I know I'm not giving Bruno as much shit because I know he played through an injury. I know he gives 100% all the time, but he really does wind you up sometimes when he's just moaning for the sake of it. And not to mention the fact that it was both wasteful as fuck in possession, taking shots, missing them. Yeah, just whinge crybabies. Stop crying. Lack of creativity, no intensity, slow pedestrian play. I already mentioned it, not stretching the team enough. No crosses into the box. I saw Elanga, Gibbs White, and a few others put really good deliveries. And I don't think I've seen Anthony and hardly Garnacho do that once. The only kind of delivery we get into the box is from Scott McTominay's at the end of it. But Diego Dalot is the only one who can cross in our team. And Luke Shaw when he's fit and available. Apart from that, we don't have people who put it into the box. So we're very narrow in that sense. And it's predictable for Nottingham Forest to play against. Bruno's position is everywhere. And I get it. He wants to contribute, wants to be a part, wants to put the shift in. I like that. I don't mind it. But it becomes the lack of structure then. It almost seemed like it was every man for himself. You fill in there when he goes. We'll see what happens, basically. No creativity whatsoever. Amrabat and Casmiro, slugs. Again, it was a game of kind of 2 halves for both players, I would say. But I do my analysis on the full game. And the first half, both of them was awful 1v1. Both of them are too slow. They take too long on the ball. They was then rushing things at times, especially Casmiro, getting caught on it, getting intercepted. And when you're coming up in the Premier League, I know it's the FA Cup, but against a Premier League outfit, when they have physical, quick players who are very good at pressing and organised in pressing, and you give it to Casmiro, you always feel awkward in that point. Amrabat was playing out of position. He's at left back. You don't get a free pass, but more of a room for criticism, or less room for criticism, should I say, because he's playing at left back. He hasn't played much game time. But I'm glad that this sounds really harsh, but I'm glad that it's only a loan because he hasn't turned out to be the player that I thought he would be. It's a loan. It's fine. You paid £1 million, whatever it was, but he was not what I thought we was going to get. And yeah, he's been underwhelming in my opinion, and Casemiro's been underwhelming this season as well. Man City next in the league and Liverpool in the FA Cup. Now, whatever you guys think of this, and whether you're going to call it depressing and cynical, whatever you want, that's entirely your opinion. I almost have no hope. The fact that we've qualified tonight, I don't see us beating Liverpool, even with the injuries they have. The form that they're in, I can see another battering on the way. And the exact same situation when we play Man City at the Etihad in another derby. And we're probably sat there after they've scored 3 or 4 goals, dominated the game, saying, this is United. These players have a habit of this. We've got Ratcliffe coming in the summer. Maybe we'll see what it is. It's just like, fuck. I felt like this under Ragnick. I felt like this under Ole. Like, I just felt like I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of going into like a big game like a derby and just thinking we've not got a fucking pot to piss in. We've not got a chance. Not got a chance of winning this game. And Liverpool was like that. We played them at Anfield. We kept them out, and it was 0-0. We took a point, which in any football world, is good to take a point from Anfield. But the performance is just embarrassing, and it's not what United should be doing in order to get a point. But that's what we're basically going to do when we play City at the Etihad. Are there any positives? Surprise, surprise. There's probably 1 or 2 again. I had 1, I think, I think I had 2 after the Fulham game, and they was like at a stretch what I had to grab out of the fucking air. And again, I said in the post-match preview, I can't even speak, I'm so tired. I said in the post-match that the triangle of Onana, Varane and Lindelof, I felt were pretty stable, did the job. Varane had a couple of important moments defending. Lindelof 1v1 for the most part was really good, and I was worried about him because of Origi and Awoniyi, but did okay. And on the ball, he was pretty good as well, as kind of expected in the build-up. And Onana made a few really, really good saves, a couple of them offside. So them 3 really was like the only positive coming out of it. And despite the game being really, really flat and poor, they kind of was a level above that, I would say. And given the fact that the defence was so imbalanced, I think they've done well. And we're going to need someone like a Rafael Varane at his very best if we're to defend anything against Man City, against Erling Haaland, because he tore it up the other day. Conclusion, I feel like we're no further along, no further back, despite winning. The Fulham result is still in my mind. I think a lot of people still feel very different in a couple of weeks' time. The City result, we kind of expect what's going to happen there. I don't want to keep banging that door, so I'll put that aside. After that, you have Everton, Sheffield, then Brentford, I think. You should be winning them games. If you can't string a run together there, I don't care if people are fighting for points or relegation, whatever you want to call it. If you can't string a game together there, you're done for. It's pointless. The season's over. We're still in the FA Cup, but there's mountains to climb, and these players have let me down too many times consistently. I'm almost speaking here like we've lost. I know we haven't lost. I know we won. I know we're through. But does it feel like we're through? Does it feel like that? I don't think it does. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts, please, on the game. Speak to me if I've missed anything at all, any pros, any cons. Drop them in the comment section. Leave a like on the video for us if you can. I'm sorry that it's been depressing. It's been down. This is just how I feel personally as a fan, and that is what we're here to do, connect and speak about football. And I'll leave you with that. Take care, people. See you in a bit.